Class rings are kind of a big deal. I'm here at Texas State Ring Day talking to Bobcats about what makes them proud to wear their class ring.
Could students be told the river jump is off limits at graduation?
A brand new Bobcat baseball team makes a striking debut.
Students spill their guts at the Olivia Rodrigo tour bus pop-up with Lancome.
Texas teachers deserve real support and protections. They deserve to know that the people of Texas and state lawmakers value their work.
State senators offer historic support for teachers. I'll take you there. Hi, and welcome to Bobcat Update. I'm Eileen Hernandez.
And I'm Lily Frank. Thanks for joining us. Eileen, I know you graduate in May, so are you planning on getting a class ring?
Class rings really aren't my style, but whether you get one or not, class rings are a big deal to a lot of students.
Reporter Paul Richardson sizes up this story.
This week, Texas State University held its annual Ring Days, a special event where students get the chance to size their class rings, pick their designs, and place their orders for one of the most traditional symbols of school pride. The room was full of excitement as I spoke to a few students about what this moment meant for them.
I love it.
My parents are pushing me to get this ring just because, they're proud of the work that I've put into graduating out of here, so they think that it's a nice, little thing to carry around for the rest of my life. What made me want to get the ring? Mainly that it's like a tradition to get a ring after you graduate. Everyone in my family gets one after they graduate, so I'm getting one now too.
While speaking with students, I started to notice a trend. Many first-generation college students are proudly ordering their Texas State rings this year. Two of the students I interviewed shared about this milestone as they continue to pave the way for their families.
What made me order Texas State rings because my family, I am a first gen in the family to get a bachelor's degree, and ordering the ring, which signifies my accomplishment being at Texas State. So ordering the ring will be like a huge thing in my family. And I have made a lot of friends to this school, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. And if I could relive it all over again, I would. So this school I'm proud to be attending here.
One student even brought her grandparents along with her for this exciting moment.
We were so excited when she got her email that she qualified for the ring. Just watching her work so hard, and we're really proud of her.
I'm a first generation, so I felt like that was a big accomplishment as it is, and I worked so many hours, so might as well show some way to I graduated and worked really hard.
The rings are beautiful. We came to take a look at them. We've been looking at them online, but seeing them here in person, it made it really, I think, a big difference. It was really pretty. Just really proud of her, all the work she's put into this. So we're excited for her graduation.
Whether you see it as a symbol of tradition or a milestone to look forward to, Ring Day at Texas State is a reminder that the journey toward graduation is just as exciting as the destination itself. Congratulations to all of the Bobcats who ordered their ring at Ring Days this week. And for those of you who missed it, don't worry. You can still order your ring online.
Speaking of graduation, anyone who's been to Sewell Park recently knows that the river is looking more like a giant puddle than a flowing stream. This raises concerns about the graduation river jump in May. Felicity Wahardo guides us through this story.
Are you graduating this semester? Well, you might want to reconsider doing the traditional river jump, since officials are concerned about low river levels during this ongoing drought in the winter season. But hopefully by spring, you'll be able to ride one of these.
Sewell Park is known for having tons of visitors at a time, swimming or kayaking through the San Marcos River. But on a cold day, this is what you might find. And this is what you'll find on a hot, sunny day with people spread out on the hills of the riverside. It may not always look like this, especially with the winter season, which has many impacts on the use of the river. Mary Dugan, an employee at the Outdoor Center for Sewell Park, says that this is their slowest season for rivercraft use.
So this is like some of our slowest months. It's winter, it's really cold outside right now, and so there's a lot of people renting out gear, there's a lot of less people recreating in the river, and so it's kind of giving the river a bit more time to recharge for the summer months when it gets really, really busy.
Not only does the river play a vital role in tourism and recreation, but it also serves as a resource for San Marcos utilities, using 1.2 million gallons of water per day in consumption. Director of the Meadows Center, Robert Mace, says that the ongoing drought in Central Texas has limited the amount of water throughout each channel.
It's looking like we're suffering more and more severe droughts in the region. So that puts our surface water supplies, such as the Guadalupe River, Canyon Lake, becoming less reliable. And also for the Edwards Aquifer as well. So there's some real concerns going forward.
It may not be long before we start seeing the San Marcos River thrive again, according to San Marcos Utilities' announcement of a partnership with Carrizo Water Treatment Plant that is expected to increase water capacity by 10 million gallons per day by 2040. For Bobcat Update, I'm Felicity Wahardo.
It snowed twice in February, and just last week we had this. Wind speeds reached over 50 miles an hour at times in the first week in March, setting a trend that still hasn't stopped, as high winds returned again just last week. The combination of these gusts and the drought conditions in Central Texas led leaders in the city of Austin and elsewhere to issue wildfire alerts. In fact, a wildfire started in Fredericksburg, west of San Marcos, over the weekend. Firefighters are warning us to not start any fires outside, not even the grill, and to keep cigarette butts away from grass. Staying on the topic of weird weather, last month San Marcos was covered in a layer of snow, not once, but twice. And on February 19th, and again just 3 days later, you can see that it was coming down before dawn on the 22nd, and some schools had a delayed start. It was warm enough during the day that the snow didn't stay around for long, but it did get below freezing each night for a week, a rare sight in Central Texas that led many residents to cover their plants. And some of our furry friends just weren't having it.
In fact, the weather was pretty miserable at some of the baseball games early this season. But the Bobcat baseball team is looking fresh after losing over half of last year's roster in the offseason. I found out the new players are defying odds and running through all the bases. It's now baseball season at Bobcat Ballpark, and this team is different in a lot of good ways. With 18 seniors not returning from last season,
I think we had half of our team was brand new.
Only 6 seniors remain on the 2025 roster, drastically changing the team dynamic from what it once was.
It started in the summer. We all kind of, the new guys and the old guys started hanging out. We built a good culture, and ever since we started like the culture talks and everything, our team has just grown so close together, and that's just helped us on the field. And I think we bonded a lot quicker than I thought that we would have, and I think that's helped tremendously.
On the other hand, this has allowed for younger talent to step up to bat and make their mark.
So, we always try to recruit really good high school players, and hopefully they can play as a freshman. If not, play a lot by a sophomore year. And they've done a really good job of stepping in and getting a goal for us. So hopefully they continue.
Things are looking up for the Bobcats after the Texas State team started the season by beating Binghamton in a 3-game series. And would later go on to be number 1 ranked Texas A&M at College Station. Excitement continues to surround the team with each passing game.
I just love being back, and it's a great ballpark, great environment, ready to cheer on Bobcats for another season.
So let's see what they have in store for us next. This has been Lily Frank with Bobcat Update, signing out. Eileen, have you had a chance to see the new dorms this semester?
No, not quite yet, but I did see the new Bobcat art installation over the entrance to Cibolo Hall.
The cat statue is really cool. Cibolo and its neighbor Alameda are home to 1,000 students, and Texas State is working on a new dorm. Castro Hall is set to open in fall of 2025.
Reporter Ty Thompson found out that some students are excited, but others think it'll just add to parking problems.
I'm here at Bear Parking Garage, where the newest dorm coming to Texas State is currently being built right behind me.
Part of the impactful college experience we have is living on our beautiful San Marcos campus, and this groundbreaking ribbon cutting represents the first stage of our plan to increase the capacity for students to live on campus for all the reasons that Dr. Hernandez mentioned. And with the addition of Alameda and Cibolo Hall and the 2 apartment complexes we acquired adjacent to campus, we have now increased the number of beds from the year I got here from 6,800 beds to now 9,000 beds on campus, but we're not done yet.
That was President Kelly Dampus at the ribbon cutting for Alameda and Cibolo Hall earlier in the 2024 fall semester, while foreshadowing the opening of Castro Hall. Residents and resident assistants are also excited for the new open of Castro Hall, including Alex Perkins.
I think it'll be better for residents because you have so many kids and a lot of people from different walks of life, and I think it'll bring a lot of people together. I think it'll be cool.
According to ResLifeTexasState.edu, construction started in the winter of 2023 and is expected to be completed just in time for fall move-in of 2025. The 7th-floor dorm will have a total of 942 beds, including single, double, and triple rooms for freshmen, while leaving other students like Jake Warren concerned about the parking situation.
I think it's great that Texas State's getting more enrollment, especially the freshmen. It's good to see kids who want to go to college getting in and getting after it, but also, I'm kind of worried about parking and, other stuff because our campus is already, filled up and we already have, capacity problems. So I'm just nervous to see how that's going to affect, the rest of the students.
Spawn Glass and Randall Scott Architects are the designer and builder of Castro Hall. We have reached out to the Vice President of Construction for an interview, but we haven't heard anything back as of now.
Do you ever get a chance to get over to the rec?
I'm more of a hot works girl myself. I get to be in there by myself, not at school. But how about you?
No, not really. I don't really have time, but more students are making their way there, and there's a special reason why this semester. It's the classes. We all pay a student fee to be members of the rec, but exercise classes, like cycling or rock climbing, used to cost extra. Not anymore.
In an effort to get more students involved in fitness activities, the rec decided to get rid of extra fees for all their group workout classes. That's why you'll see this more often. A room full of students getting fit.
Just before spring break, students got an inside look at the Olivia Rodrigo Guts tour bus with Lancome. Her campus magazine at Texas State was behind the glitz and glam of the event. Reporter Sydney Farr gets us on board.
The Olivia Rodrigo x Lancome Guts World Tour bus has landed here at the quad today at Texas State. Students are lining up to get a taste of the full experience.
I woke up and my boyfriend texted me there's an Olivia Rodrigo bus, and I said, where? In all caps, exclamation point. It's really hard to get merch here, so this is a great opportunity to get some merch that I've been seeing, and I've been debating getting online and stuff like that, but this just kind of made me just buy it, it's fine. So yeah, it was really cool to see all the merch and stuff like that.
I'm part of the Lancome makeup team, so we're doing an activation with her campus, Olivia Rodrigo, with her tour bus. We're super excited. It's with our new launches, Edoll Power and Edoll Flutter Extension Mascara. They're 2 really great products that Olivia is the new face of, because she's the new face of Lancome as of end of last year. We're working with the Her Campus team to really bring this to life. The Her Campus team is unbelievable. We love working with them. The team is so nice, so organized, so proactive. They're problem solvers. They really come with great ideas to the table, and their on-campus teams are also incredible. We love working with them.
Basically, Her Campus Media is a national organization. So they're the bigger umbrella org. And then we're Texas State Her Campus Magazine. So we're here on campus. We write for our audience, our local audience. We just launched an advice column, so we're very local, but that's kind of who we're with. So we coordinated with them. We're sponsored by SJMC, and we're here today. This is the Olivia Rodrigo Guts x Lancome, so it's a collaboration project. But we're out here kind of all promoting our different groups that came together, and it's all centered around journalism and empowering different voices, so it's a good time. So the whole thing's a whole experience. So you wait in line. Before you get on the bus, you get free products. mascara, lip gloss, perfume, lollipop. The first 100 people got a bag. But then once you're actually on the bus, there's a bunch of Olivia Rodrigo memorabilia. So actual outfits she wore on her world tour, the Guts tour. There's also just lots of photo opportunities. There's like a moon, there's a telephone, there's a VHS tapes and players, and it's all just Olivia Rodrigo and Lancome themed. So it's a lot of fun. And then when you get out, we're tabling, so we're telling everyone about our org, and then you have the option of buying merch.
Hey Lily, did you hear about Bobcats men's baseball?
Of course I did. They upset #1 Texas A&M in College Station.
Women's basketball struggled with one thing all season. We'll show you what it was.
Protesters were pretty energized over Elon Musk. Something big is coming to San Marcos.
And students got a little nutty in the quad last month. We'll show you why.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Dozens of students gathered in the free speech area this first week in February to protest changes in immigration policy. The protest came after a change in presidential policy. College campuses used to be off limits for immigration enforcement, but they aren't anymore. The University Communication Office shared a statement saying Texas State must comply with federal and state laws. The university also strongly supports First Amendment rights, like this protest.
Young Americans for Liberty at Texas State led a rally on March 4th to protest the university policy requiring freshmen to live in dorms.
Save our wallets! Save our wallets!
Over 1,000 signed petitions from students were delivered to the president's office during the rally. While the group's goal is to limit financial strain for students, Abby Myers, student government representative, says that not requiring freshman living could limit knowledge about off-campus housing.
It's one of the blessings, I think, of getting to live on campus your first year is that you have people to teach you the process, to teach you where to look to get a lease.
In North Austin, about 100 protesters showed up Saturday morning to protest in front of a Tesla dealership. The first demonstrators gathered at 10 a.m. at Highway 183 and McNeil Road. They were there to protest the role of Tesla CEO Elon Musk in President Trump's administration. Musk leads the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, whose goal is to shrink the federal government. Their early actions have been mostly big layoffs. Some protesters evoked Nazi imagery in their signs and complained about the lack of oversight for the unelected Musk. At one point, conservative provocateur and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones showed up to counter-protest. Jones is based in Austin and created InfoWars, a multimedia site known for promoting conspiracies. He arrived in a custom Tesla Cybertruck, chanting in favor of Musk and Trump. This led to vocal protest back and forth, but Jones left without incident. At the state capitol, state senators did something very, very unusual. They agreed, all 31 of them, on a new policy, giving Texas teachers a raise.
It's an emergency item this legislative session, and it passed the state Senate unanimously.
That's right, Lily. Some of the senators I talked to said this vote made history.
It's a historic day, not just a historic bill, but a historic day. It's historic.
It is a historic bill.
Historic. That's a word being used to describe Senate Bill 26. Lawmakers say it's a real relief for Texas teachers, and it's long overdue. Senator Brandon Creighton, who is leading the charge, is calling it the strongest Texas teacher Bill of Rights ever. But before the Senate gave it a unanimous pass, the Education Committee raised big questions. How will it work?
And will the House back it?
Texas teachers deserve real support and protections. They deserve to know that the people of Texas and state lawmakers value their work, not just in words, but in deed and in action.
It's a nearly $5 billion investment in Texas teachers. And Senator Brandon Creighton says most of that is going straight to the classroom.
80% of the nearly $5 billion of historic money is authorized by this bill to go directly for raises to classroom teachers.
But not everyone was ready to sign off just yet. Senator Royce West pressed Creighton on key funding details.
Why aren't other allotments accepted from the recapture? Can you kind of go through that? Is there a definition for instructional staff? So it comes from the Foundation School Program? The House is going to go for that?
Senator,
They do if they love their teachers. Okay.
All right, thank you, Senator.
No, I'm not finished.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm not. When it comes to prohibiting...
For some lawmakers, it was a moment to celebrate.
I'm excited. All the teachers in Texas are excited. No other state in the country, Texas itself, has never done something of this magnitude.
But some senators had concerns about how this bill would be portrayed outside the chamber.
We've had a lot of media, and I see a lot of cameras back there. There's been so much misinformation floating around, particularly on the internet. I don't think I've ever seen the amount of misinformation. I just hope that people will have the courage and the integrity to not print inaccurate information. And if they want to show both sides of the argument, that's great, but show the truthful side too.
So what happens next?
The Texas Senate just gave the bill a unanimous thumbs up and is now waiting for the green light from the House.
Supporters say this could be a big win for Texas teachers, but the debate isn't over yet. Reporting from the Texas Capitol, I'm Eileen Hernandez. A couple of sports teams just wrapped up their seasons. Men's and women's basketball, indoor track and field.
But some others are still in season, including baseball, softball, soccer, and golf. John Carlo Cacho is here to wrap up all the action. John?
Thanks. And yeah, there's a lot going on in Bobcat sports. The Texas State men's basketball team was eliminated in the first round of the Sun Belt tournament. The Bobcats lost to Old Dominion 64-61, ending their season at 16 wins and 16 losses. The women's team also was eliminated in the first round of the conference tournament, losing to Marshall 68-62, and closing the year at 13 wins and 17 losses.
Usually competing at home is a major advantage for any team, but this year at Texas State, competing on their home hardwood has been a major disadvantage for them.
Some kind of curse where we are struggling at home, but on the road you see a valiant effort and fight, and we're finding ourselves riding the winning calling on the road versus at home.
Their most recent game against Western Michigan was a very close affair. However, the team faced an upsetting defeat by 9 points after many unwanted turnovers.
Changes need to be made. Even with substitutions, we don't necessarily see an uptick at times from that standpoint of turnovers.
The season has proven to be a mental challenge for the team, trying to figure out how to move on from the losses.
From a mental standpoint, a lot of stress on yourself, so we're not getting to spots. And that piece, on the road, we're able to correct. At home, we haven't been able to correct it in game.
The Sun Belt Conference Tournament tipped off on March 4th, and the team staff were mentally preparing their players for this upcoming tournament.
I think that's where it starts, just truly understanding and respecting your opponent. I think that's a big piece of it as well.
Unfortunately, the Texas State Bobcats were unable to walk away with the win against Marshall in the Sun Belt Tournament, ending their season for the women's basketball team. This is Grant Hernandez at Strahan Coliseum, reporting for Bobcat Update.
Thank you!
Texas State baseball hopes to bounce back after finishing last season with a record of 27-29. They're off to a slow start at 8-11 so far. Meanwhile, softball is off to a hard start after a record of 47 wins and only 15 losses last season. They've already jumped to 18-6 this season so far. Now from the diamond to the field, the Texas State women's soccer team ended last season with 12 wins, 5 losses, and 5 ties. Their spring schedule begins soon with a match against Navarro College March 29th. Spring football is just around the corner too. The Bobcats take the field for their annual spring game on April 13th. They're coming off a big win in the First Responder Bowl for the second year in a row, beating North Texas 30-28. Last thing, Eileen, the Bobcat football schedule is out for fall 2025. The season opens with a home game here in San Marcos, Texas against Eastern Michigan August 30th here at UFCU Stadium. That's it for sports.
hoping we can get to a third straight bowl game. Thanks so much, Giancarlo.
If you're a peanut lover, you might have seen the Planters Peanut Mobile on the quad at the end of February. Students went nuts for the lovable Mr. Peanut that was on the quad for PR Day at Texas State. Of course, students were able to grab a snack and take photos with the Planters Mobile.
A jumbo travel stop is coming to town, and it's the Beaver mascot we all know and love, Buc-ee's.
Thomas Terry and Grace Reddick show us why some students are concerned about the huge new gas station under construction in San Marcos, but some others are pumped.
The new store will be one of Buc-ee's signature massive locations, featuring dozens of fuel pumps, a full kitchen, and a retail space packed with Buc-ee's favorites. While city officials see it as a major investment in San Marcos, bringing new jobs and boosting tourism along the I-35 corridor, some students at the Texas State campus had mixed emotions about the iconic gas station.
I absolutely hate it. There's one 15 minutes down the road in New Braunfels. I don't know why we don't have a QT in here. You know what I'm saying? You gotta drive 20 minutes down to Kyle to get a QT, which is way better than Buc-ee's in my opinion.
I think it's way too crowded. There's too many people in there all the time. Kind of smells weird in some parts of it.
Despite a few critical claims, there's no better way to see just how much people love Buc-ee's than by looking at the crowds at its already booming locations. In New Braunfels, visitors from all over stop in for road trip essentials, from fresh barbecue to Buc-ee's signature snacks, proving just how strong the Buc-ee's fan base truly is.
I love Buc-ee's. Obviously, it's a great gas station, different variety options, and just a lot of things like their fudge, their sandwiches, and their candy. One candy I want them to bring back though is their red licorice. Too good.
That loyalty is what makes Buc-ee's more than just a gas station. It's a Texas institution. From the iconic Beaver mascot to the endless snack aisles, people go out of their way just to experience it.
You know, they cool. It's kind of like a grocery store, like a supermarket one. They got a lot of options. Some are better than others, if you catch what I'm saying. They got a lot of random stuff. They got blankets, pajamas, sandwiches. I mean, you know, they can't specialize in everything. So, in my opinion, everything's kind of wishy-washy.
With construction now underway, it won't be long before San Marcos has its very own Buc-ee's experience.
We'll be sure to keep you updated as this Texas-sized project moves forward. Reporting for Bobcat Update, I'm Thomas Terry.
And I'm Grace Reddick.
Thank you for joining us for Bobcat Update.
Watch this space for more news, and have a great day.